Good morning. We were on a little earlier today, getting right into chapter 6. I pray you have a blessed day full of wisdom as we've been sharing 30 days of wisdom from the Book of Proverbs. And of course, today is the 6th of September. And so we're on chapter 6. It's interesting, chapter 6 has a title that says Wisdom for Daily Life. Wisdom for daily life. So it's definitely something we want to give our attention to. And I pray that you're receiving wisdom as we go through the Book of Proverbs. I know I am, because it's such a tremendous book of wisdom and insight and revelation for day-to-day life, practical life. And that's really where we need wisdom in our practical lives. How do we live and walk day to day? We need wisdom. So let's get into chapter 6. All right. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. My child, if you have put up security for a friend's debt, we would call it co-signing, or agreed to guarantee the debt of a stranger, if you have trapped yourself by your agreement and you're caught by what you said, follow my advice and save yourself, for you have placed yourself at the friend's mercy. Now swallow your pride. Go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. Save yourself from the gazelle escaping from a hunter, like a bird fleeing from a net. Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer, gathering food for the winter. But you lazy bones, how long will you sleep? When will you wake up? A little extra sleep, a little extra slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. What are worthless and wicked people like? They are constant liars, signaling their deceit with the wink of an eye, a nudge of the foot, a wiggle of a finger. Their perverted hearts plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. But they will be destroyed suddenly, broken in an instant, beyond all hope of healing. There are 6 things the Lord hates. No, 7 things he detests. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows discord in a family. My son, obey your father's commands and don't neglect your mother's instruction. Keep their words always in your heart. Tie them around your neck. When you walk, their counsel will lead you. When you sleep, they will protect you. When you wake up, they will advise you. For their command is a lamp, and their instruction a light. Their correction discipline in the way of life. It will keep you from immoral women, from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman. Don't lust for her beauty. Don't let her coy glances seduce you, for a prostitute will bring you to poverty. But sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. Can a man scoop a flame into his lap and have his clothes and not have his clothes catch on fire? Can he walk on hot coals and not blister his feet? So it is with a man who sleeps with another man's wife. He who embraces her will not go unpunished. Excuses might be found for the thief who steals because he is starving. But if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. But the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroys himself. He will be wounded and disgraced. His shame will never be erased. For the woman's jealous husband will be furious, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation, nor be satisfied with the payoff of any size. That is chapter 6. Let's talk about a few observations of Proverbs chapter 6. I like the first couple verses, advice when you get caught into a deal that you need to get out of. You have put your name, your word in an agreement, either verbally or contractually, that you see as not productive. It could be a business partnership that you have signed up for. You see it's not going anywhere. You know it was a mistake. I love the advice of Proverbs Chapter 6. Get out of the deal. Beg if you have to beg. Humble yourself and work. Find a way to back out of the deal. Of course, if it's contractual, they won't let you in it, then you got to walk through it, even find wisdom in how to conclude the deal. That is great advice. It's also an admonition. Don't be quick to sign partnership agreements. Don't be quick to co-sign. What we did in our family with our children, my wife and I, we purchased their first car. All of our kids, we bought them their first car. We didn't co-sign. We got them their first car. After that, even though they're my sons and daughters and I love them, of course now they don't need me now. But I would not co-sign. I would not co-sign because I taught them financial responsibility, and I would not put my name on a deal because then you're obligated. So if I'm careful, sons and daughters, you just have to be. And so I appreciate the first few verses of Proverbs 6. The next section that stands out to me is the one about being a sluggard, a little extra sleep. I've been self-employed for over 25 years. This verse used to haunt me because I had no boss, I had no supervisor, I had no job that I had to be at. Of course, jobs that I commit to doing and contracts for customers. But otherwise, during the week, I was my own boss. I've been my own boss. And so I can set my own hours. But this verse would never let me sleep in. I would think about this verse. If I said, well, I'm going to lay in, I'm going to turn the television on, this verse would come to me like poverty, little sleep, a little slumber. And poverty comes on you like a bandit. I would always have to get up and get my day going. And, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take vacations and times of rest. But just know that a pattern of slowfulness, a pattern of laziness, a pattern of procrastination will lead to poverty. Because wealth comes through diligence. It comes through work. It comes through not toil, but it comes through intelligent labor. And so let's not get caught up, being lazy. Don't be lazy. Observe the ant. And then the last one is, of course, the sin of adultery, wanting and covetous. Let me just add that, because it's not always wanting someone else's husband or somebody else's wife. It could just be the sin of covetous, wanting what somebody else has. Wanting what somebody else has is just sinful before God. Be grateful for what you have. Enjoy what you have. In chapter 5, they talked about fornication with promiscuous woman, but now we're talking about wanting something that belongs to someone else. Let's be grateful for what we have, enjoy what we have, and let's not envy what someone else has, because God will bless you with your own. Amen. Well, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to chapter 6. Leave a comment, maybe list a verse or verses that stand out to you in chapter 6 as we work our way through the book of Proverbs. Great chapter 6. Great chapter to give someone who's about to co-sign for something that they really don't have the means to pay for if the deal goes bad. I'll say this, I'll let you guys go. I used to be a collector. I used to collect car loans for Comerica Bank. I worked in the collection department. And there were so many times that I would have to repossess a car, put out a repossession order and things. And a lot of times it was because the first signer, the top signer, defaulted on the loan and the co-signer couldn't continue it. So now it affected both credit bureaus, both persons adversely, the person that signed and the person that co-signed. So be careful of that. Let's hear the wisdom of Proverbs 6. Thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow.